Hey there, I'm Jamie Enfield. I published my first book about a year and a half ago, and I'm finally ready to talk about it. It's called From VIP to RIP, A Sister's Search for Answers Through a Misunderstood Brain. I didn't set out to write a book. I set out to understand. When my brother died by suicide, I wasn't just grieving his death. I was grieving the version of him the world never really got to see. He was never the life of the party, but he always was that guy with big dreams, fast comebacks. Boy, did he have fast comebacks and an intensity that could fill a room. But behind closed doors, he was spiraling. His brain was a battlefield, and we didn't have the right words or tools to name what was happening. He actually had a personality disorder, but we didn't know. I wrote this book because I needed to make sense of it all, as many people do in situations like this. The chaos, the confusion, that self destruction. I wanted to look beyond the behavior and dig into that misunderstood brain behind it all. I wanted to tell the truth, not just the highlight reel or the heartbreaking end, but all of the stuff in the middle that so many families live through in silence. This book is for anyone who ever loved someone really hard to love. It's for anyone who's tried to hold up a mirror to someone who refuses to look. And it's for anyone who's lost someone before they ever really got the chance to live. Writing from VIP to RIP was therapy, confession, and confrontation, all rolled into one. It's how I honored my brother and how I finally gave myself permission to stop fixing and start feeling, to speak out loud what so many were afraid to say. If this book helps even one person feel less alone, more understood, and brave enough to get help, then my brother's story and my grief will not be in vain. So I'm starting a series. I'm going to be posting videos at least once a week. I'm titling it Telling the Hard Stories, How Grief Grows Us. For the past 4 years, it's just a little bit about me, because it's been a crazy 4 years. I've been living this unexpected double life, split between California and Colorado, trying to help my mom rebuild after losing both my dad and my brother 2 years apart. I've been living away from my husband, away from my routine, and so far away from the life I thought I'd always have. I left behind a 20-year career as a massage therapist, not because I stopped loving it. I would have done that forever. But because life cracked me wide open and I couldn't keep pretending I was the same person, I didn't know what I was supposed to do next. I just knew I had to start over. So I did. One messy, terrifying, soul searching step at a time. Um, I didn't set out to build a business, and I didn't even set out to write a book. Actually, I set out to survive grief, just quiet that noise of perfectionism that I'd always had in my life, and figure out how to turn this pain that I was feeling into a purpose. And somewhere along the way, I realized that when we tell those hard stories, we give others permission to rise from their own. I wrote my first book after losing my brother to suicide. Like I said, at first, I just wanted to understand what happened. But writing turned into healing, healing turned into helping other people. And that's the power of storytelling. We don't just process the pain, we actually give it purpose. Some days I would come to my computer, getting ready to write, and I would be shaking. But not because I didn't know what to write, but honestly, because I knew exactly what I needed to say, and I was scared people were going to judge me for it. But I wrote it anyways, and it set me free. This wasn't a book I planned to write. It was a book I needed to write. I needed to understand my brother's pain in a way that I never had while he was on this earth. I put myself in his shoes while still walking in my own to find a way to understand his brain and what had gone incredibly wrong. My book is about his struggle with his borderline personality disorder, but it's so much more. It's an experience of discovery for readers. It's for anyone who's ever left someone hard to love. I can't say that enough. That was my brother. He was so hard to love. It's for anyone who just refuses to look in that mirror. And it's for anyone who lost someone before their time, before they ever had a chance to live. So I invite you to join me on this journey as we learn together and talk about these stories, these hard stories, and work through our grief. So it's going to be kind of like a workshop, a journaling experience, but I'm just going to share. I'm going to share bits and pieces of my story and my journey that led me to publishing my first book, and how far I've come in the past few years. So I invite you to join me. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.